Welcome to the deep dive, everyone. We are diving into AI-driven healthcare marketing today.
Ooh, interesting.
It is, right?
Sure.
We've got this whole pile of materials, actually, from a company called marktgAI.
Okay.
Yeah, their website, a transcript from one of their YouTube videos, and even like a suggested podcast script.
Oh, wow.
So they're definitely trying to position themselves as experts in this AI healthcare marketing thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so I think a lot of you out there are probably curious, just like us, about how AI is changing the game in healthcare marketing.
Absolutely.
Especially because, like, healthcare has all these unique challenges, right? It's not like selling pizza.
Total.
So we really want to give you a solid understanding of how it all works.
For sure.
Not just throw a bunch of buzzwords around, but really get into, like, how to use AI effectively.
Yeah, the practical side of it.
Exactly. And of course, keeping things ethical, maintaining patient trust, all that good stuff.
That's
It is so, I guess to really get into it, we should probably start with, like, what are the biggest hurdles healthcare marketers are facing these days? Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the most obvious ones is just the whole regulatory environment.
Right.
HIPAA, GDPR, CCPA. It's like
Come
a
on.
whole alphabet soup of acronyms.
It is.
And they're all about protecting that sensitive patient data, right? It's a
Yeah.
whole different ballgame from like selling shoes online where you can just track browsing history and,
Right. It's way more sensitive.
way more sensitive, way more delicate.
And then on top of all those regulations, like, patient expectations have just, like, exploded in the digital age, haven't they?
Oh, for sure.
Like, everyone's so used to researching stuff online, booking appointments with, like, 2 clicks, getting those personalized reminders.
Yeah,
And they expect the same thing from their healthcare provider.
absolutely. Yeah.
Like, it has to be seamless, it has to be convenient, and that all ties into, like, trust and reputation, which are so crucial in healthcare.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, think about it. You're way more likely to choose a doctor based on online reviews and recommendations,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Than just some, like, random ad you see on Facebook. It's like
Indeed.
word of mouth has gone digital.
Yeah, totally.
And one bad review can, like, really make or break a practice these days.
It can, absolutely.
And then on top of all that, you've got the ever-increasing cost of patient acquisition.
Yeah,
Traditional advertising channels are just, like, getting more and more expensive.
they are like Google and Facebook ads. Those are a big expense for a lot of healthcare providers.
Huge, yeah.
So finding more efficient ways to target potential patients, I mean, that's crucial.
It is, yeah.
And that's, I think, where AI starts to become really appealing.
Okay, so we've talked about the why, like the challenges that are pushing for change in healthcare marketing.
Right.
But now let's get into the how. Like, how can AI actually tackle these issues head on?
Yeah, let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Exactly. And the marktgAI materials actually offers some, like, really interesting real-world examples.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we're not just theorizing here. We're looking at how AI is already being used in the field.
I like that.
Me too. So let's start with personalization, because marktgAI seems to be all about using AI to personalize that whole patient journey.
Okay.
But, I mean, we're not just talking about, like, adding someone's name to an email.
Oh, right.
Right.
No, not all.
It's got to be more than that.
We're talking about like using AI to really analyze that patient data and then tailoring everything from those appointment reminders to, health tips based on their medical history, their preferences, even their communication style.
Oh, that's
It's
interesting.
like super personalized.
So instead of, like, just blasting out those generic messages, healthcare providers can actually send information that's, like, truly relevant and helpful.
Exactly. Yeah. Cut through the noise.
Yeah. And I bet that makes a huge difference in terms of patient engagement.
It does. It absolutely does.
Do they have any, like, stats on that?
They do. In one of their case studies, they mention a clinic that saw a 38% increase in appointment bookings.
Wow, 38%.
Yeah, just by implementing this kind of AI-powered personalization.
That's huge.
It's huge.
Okay, so we've got personalized outreach, but what about reaching new patients? Like we were talking earlier about the rising cost of advertising.
Right, right.
But it sounds like AI can help with that too, right?
It can, because instead of just, casting that wide net with traditional ads, AI can actually pinpoint the people who are actively searching for specific healthcare services.
Oh, that's smart.
So let's say, someone's searching for a dermatologist plus their city.
Yeah.
AI can identify those users and then target ads specifically to them.
Oh, that's very cool.
Makes the whole process much more efficient.
Yeah, it's like a super powered targeting system.
It is?
Do they have any, like, numbers on how effective that can be?
Yeah, they do. They shared a case study of a dental practice that actually reduced their patient acquisition costs by 32% using this
Wow.
kind of AI-driven targeting.
Okay, personalized outreach, targeted advertising, two big wins for AI.
Two big wins.
But what about managing that all-important online reputation?
Right.
Like we talk about how crucial that is for healthcare providers.
It is.
But it seems like AI could be a total game changer there too, right?
It can because, AI can monitor online reviews 24/7.
Oh, wow.
It can flag any negative sentiment, and it can even help craft those appropriate responses.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's like having a 247 reputation guardian
It is. It is.
working behind the scenes.
That must be such a relief for like healthcare marketers who can't be glued to social media all day long.
Oh, absolutely.
And it also ties into like one of the biggest benefits of AI in general, which is automation. Right. AI can handle so much of that heavy lifting, which frees up the human marketers to focus on like strategy and building relationships and, the stuff that humans are really good at.
Exactly.
And that brings us to another area where AI is like making a big splash.
Okay.
Scheduling. marktgAI talks a lot about this AI-powered scheduling that can like analyze patient data to predict no-shows.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I liked her.
And then proactively send reminders, which, I mean, imagine how much time and resources that could save.
Oh, a ton, for sure.
Not to mention, like, the improved patient experience, too.
Yeah, definitely. It's a win-win.
It is, they give an example of, like, how effective that can be?
They do. They mentioned a telehealth provider that reduced no-shows by 25% just by implementing this kind of AI scheduling.
Oh, wow, 25%.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
it is.
Okay, so we've seen how AI can help with personalizing outreach, targeting ads, managing online reputation, and even optimizing scheduling.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a pretty impressive toolkit, right?
It is.
And we've only just scratched the surface. Like, AI is constantly evolving.
It is.
So the possibilities for healthcare marketing are just going to keep expanding.
Oh, for sure.
And so, we've been talking about AI in a general sense, but you brought all these materials from marktgAI.
Right.
So what makes them stand out in this space?
That's a good question. Well, one thing that really struck me about marktgAI is their focus on creating custom AI models.
Okay.
Like, they really seem to get that a one-size-fits-all approach just won't cut it in healthcare.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. Like, a small family practice is going to have totally different needs and resources compared to, a massive hospital network.
Totally. And if you're going to invest in AI, you want it to actually, like, work for your specific goal.
Exactly. Exactly.
And they seem to be really emphasizing ethical AI practices and data security.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Which is, like, paramount in healthcare, right?
Huge, yeah.
You're dealing with incredibly sensitive information. So transparency and, like, responsible use of technology, those are non-negotiables.
Absolutely.
And speaking of transparency, they've got this CEO, Arnaud Fischer.
Okay.
And he's got, like, a really impressive background in both AI and digital marketing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's been involved with, like, Microsoft, Alta Vista, even Yahoo back in the day.
That's a pretty solid resume.
It is. So that definitely lends some credibility to their approach.
For sure.
Like, having someone with that much experience at the helm suggests they really understand the nuances of, like, the technology in the industry.
Totally.
And they talk a lot about his vision for marktgAI, which is basically to make AI-powered marketing accessible to, like, healthcare businesses of all sizes.
That's great.
Yeah, it's not just about catering to those big players. It's about, like, empowering everyone in the healthcare space to actually use these tools.
Yeah, I like that democratizing aspect of it.
Yeah, me too. But even with all these advancements, there's still a lot of, like, mystery surrounding AI.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think a lot of healthcare providers might be thinking, like, okay, this all sounds great, but how do I actually use it? Where do I even start?
Yeah, I can see that.
It could feel overwhelming, right?
Totally, especially with something as, like, complex as AI.
Yeah. But marktgAI actually offers some pretty good guidance on that.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they advocate for this, like, gradual approach, which makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, start small.
Exactly. Like, maybe start with something like AI-powered scheduling.
Right.
Or those smart appointment reminders we talked about.
Yeah.
It's a low-risk way to, like, dip your toes into the AI pool.
Right, get your feet wet.
Exactly. And start seeing some, like, immediate benefits. And then, once you kind of mastered the basics, what do they suggest?
Well, once you've had some success with those foundational tools, they suggest gradually scaling up. So maybe you experiment with, like, AI-driven email marketing, where you're, tailoring that content based on patient preferences in behavior, or you could explore how AI can analyze patient feedback in real time.
Oh, interesting.
Right. And that would allow you to, like, address concerns and improve that overall experience.
Yeah, so it's like start small, scale gradually,
Exactly.
and always keep those like core challenges we talked about in mind.
For sure.
Okay, that seems like a pretty solid roadmap for implementing AI in healthcare marketing.
It does.
But let's zoom out a bit. We've
Right.
talked a lot about marktgAI, but there must be other companies doing this kind of stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like what else is out there in the world of AI-driven healthcare marketing?
Well, you're right. marktgAI is just one example. And while they offer a compelling approach, there are a lot of companies developing AI solutions for healthcare marketers.
Okay.
Some are focused on very specific things like patient engagement
Oh, yeah.
or data analytics,
Yeah.
while others are building like these comprehensive
So
platforms.
there's a whole ecosystem of AI solutions emerging.
There is,
That's so cool. And it means that healthcare providers have options.
they do.
They can choose the solutions that like best fit their needs.
Exactly.
And what I love about it is that like it's constantly evolving.
It
There's always something new and innovative on the horizon.
That's the exciting part.
It is. It is. So speaking of the horizon, let's take a peek into the future.
Okay.
Like if AI can already personalize healthcare experiences and streamline operations to this extent,
Right.
what might the next few years hold?
Ooh, that's a big question.
It is. It is. Like what kind of advancements are we likely to see?
It really feels like we're just at the beginning of like this whole AI revolution in healthcare.
It does. It does.
One area that I think is particularly exciting is predictive analytics.
Oh, yeah. I've heard a bit about that.
Imagine like AI models that can analyze huge amounts of patient data
Yeah.
and actually identify individuals who might be at risk for certain health conditions.
Oh, wow.
That's powerful stuff.
It is. It is. So it's like instead of waiting for people to get sick,
Exactly.
you're using AI to kind of anticipate and maybe even prevent health problems.
Right. It's like a whole different approach to healthcare.
It is. It's shifting from reactive to proactive.
It is.
That's a huge change.
It is. And it goes even beyond individual patients,
Oh, really?
Yeah, like AI could analyze population health trends
Okay.
and help healthcare systems like allocate resources more effectively,
Okay.
design those targeted public health campaigns.
So we're talking about like using AI to improve the health of entire communities.
Exactly. It's pretty amazing.
It is. It is. So we've got personalized care, targeted advertising, streamlined operations, and now predictive analytics.
That's a lot.
The possibilities seem like endless.
They do.
It makes you wonder, like, what else is coming down the pipeline?
Oh, for sure. AI is advancing so quickly. Who knows what we'll be able to do in a few years?
It's exciting and a little bit scary at the same time.
Yeah, I get that.
Like with all this talk about AI taking over, are doctors and nurses going to be like replaced by robots?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
It is. It is.
But I honestly think that AI is more about like augmenting human capabilities,
Okay.
not replacing them.
Yeah.
AI can handle those routine tasks,
Yeah.
analyze massive data sets, identify patterns that we might miss.
Right.
But it's still doctors and nurses who bring that empathy, that critical thinking, that human touch.
It's so important. Yeah.
That is essential in healthcare.
Yeah. It's not about like replacing human connection.
Exactly.
It's about using technology to make those connections even better.
Right. It's a collaboration, not a competition.
I like that. And it actually makes me feel a lot better about the whole thing.
I think it's important to remember that AI is a tool.
Yeah.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
That's true.
So it's really up to us to make sure that AI in healthcare is developed and used ethically.
Right. With patient well-being as the top priority.
Absolutely. And privacy, we can't forget about that.
We can't. So we need to have these like open and honest conversations about the potential benefits and risks of AI.
I agree.
And make sure these technologies are used responsibly.
For sure. For sure.
Well, as we wrap up this deep dive into AI-driven healthcare marketing,
Uh-huh.
I think the takeaway is pretty clear.
Okay. What's that?
AI is transforming the healthcare landscape.
Yeah.
And it's doing it in some pretty profound ways.
It really is.
From personalized outreach to predictive analytics, it's like AI offers this incredibly powerful toolkit
It does.
for improving patient care, streamlining operations, shaping the future of health and wellness.
Yeah.
And it's all happening so fast.
It is.
It's crucial to stay informed.
Absolutely. And remember, this isn't science fiction. This is happening right now.
Yeah, it's not some far-off future thing.
Healthcare providers who embrace these changes, they have the chance to, not only improve their marketing, but also, truly make a difference in the lives of their patients.
That's the ultimate goal, right?
Right.
It is.
It is.
So if this deep dive has sparked your curiosity, I encourage you to, check out the resources available from companies like marktgAI.
Yeah, good idea.
And others in the field. Learn about those different AI solutions. Think about how they might help you with your specific challenges, and don't be afraid to experiment.
Yeah, get out there and explore.
Exactly. The future of healthcare is here, and it's powered by AI.
Thanks for having me. This has been a great conversation.
Thanks for joining us. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the ever-evolving world of AI. We'll see you on our next deep dive.